the hell? How you get in here?
I picked the lock.
Wait. I'm gonna regret this.
Regina said when she got married, I could move in and live with her husband.
Can she do that?
You need to get the marriage annulled.
Don't have sex with her. You know how Bill feels about her.
Greg has always been kind of like free.
You're acting awkward.
Awkward? I don't know if I can have sex with you.
Okay, ask and ye shall receive, bruh fans. We just got a 1 minute promo. Actually, over a minute. Hence why I can't play the entire clip at the beginning of the video. But earlier today, I recorded a video breaking down the promo photo for season 3, which includes Greg. And in that video, I said, if there's anybody from BET Plus listening or from bruh, I'd love a 1 minute trailer prior to season 3 dropping this Thursday, May 12th. And they dropped it. So this will be my breakdown video. I'm going to go over this whole thing, but at the same time, I'm kind of just going to gloss over the bits we got from the 15-second promo, because really this minute trailer is obviously an expansion. You know, the John and Lydia scenes, Bill and his new mother-in-law, Darla and Greg scenes, and mainly when it comes to Mike and Tom, they're pretty much the narrators, so to speak, of the promo. They're sitting down at Mike's loft, having a drink and talking about what's been going on with the bruh. So before moving forward in the video, I just want to urge you, if you want me to review bruh season 3, watch the videos I post. I'm going to have my reviews up hopefully no later than Friday of this week. That way, you know, the videos will be fresh. You can watch the reviews, because the more views, the more interactions on the videos, likes, comments, all that good stuff, the more YouTube pushes them forward, so they actually, you know, don't just sit around and not earn ad revenue. Because I said I would give season 3 a shot. I would review the first 3 to 5 episodes, see if the views are up, and if they are, I'll go through the season. If not, we'll just have to wait and see. Even though I feel like I'm probably obligated to review the entire season, due to the fact that I kind of stirred the pot recently by saying bruh is better than sisters. Check out the video if you haven't already. So, wow. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe and hit the bell icon and select all. That way you do not miss out whenever I post content on the channel. Now, what you'll need to do is go ahead and click the link in the comment section below. I put a link to the full trailer. That way you don't have to watch bits and pieces of it. You can actually watch the whole thing. But you know, if you want to, go watch the trailer, then come back to this video for the breakdown, because I want to go over damn near everything. So, sorry if I'm out of breath. It's like 87 degrees. Had to cut the fans off so I can record this, so please bear with me. John is pretty much living a fantasy for me. Waking up in the middle of the night and there's a beautiful woman sitting on your bed. But in this case, it's a, you know, woman with a murder charge on her record. But in any case, he's asking the right questions. How the hell did you get in here? I picked the lock. She opens up her like the blazer or coat she's wearing, and it's kind of interesting because Lydia is already showcasing plenty of red flags. She picked the lock on the apartment. I don't know if John has a lock on his bedroom door, but you know, let's say he does. She picked the lock on that too. And she's nonchalantly just sitting up in his bed while he's asleep. So when she takes off her blazer, lo and behold, she's wearing red lingerie, which again, bunch of red flags there. John goes, ooh-wee, I'm going to regret this. And next thing you know, she's on top of him and he's looking like he's being choked out. Lordy, 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 lordy. Another showcasing of how the bros make rash decisions, and they're going to pay for it later. So later on in the trailer, you got John. I think this is like the next morning, and he's talking with Tom over the phone. I believe Tom is, you know, in his apartment getting ready for work. I need a morning after pill. And then Tom's like, you do know that's not for you, right? And it's interesting because we have yet another scene where Tom and John are together at the hospital. And keep in mind, I'm not explaining or dissecting the scenes in order. I pretty much, took all the notes down, and I'm kind of organizing the scenes and how I think they're going to play out. So, Tom and John are at the hospital, and John's like, whoa, wait, take it back. And I think this is a conversation regarding Greg, but I'll get to that in a second. So, let's assume John goes to the hospital to get the morning after pill. I don't think Lydia's going to take it. So, later that morning, or excuse me, after, John gets out of bed, Lydia's like, what are we going to name the baby? Chucky, Freddy, Candyman? As a person who does not like horror films, I do not like those names. Neither Chucky. That's the one that traumatized me the most. My dad's name's Charlie, aka Chucky, and everybody's like, oh, you're little Chucky. I hate that name. I would not go with that name. I think Freddy would be a cool one. Anyway, so Lydia is just, wow, okay, we're going to name this baby. And then later at the sandwich shop, you got Lydia talking to John, and the way she said, we having this baby, this kind of leads me to believe he did get the morning after pill from Tom. He's having a conversation with Lydia at the sandwich shop, and she's like, no, we're going to have this child. Smooches, and then he goes, is this what my dad felt like? That's an interesting question. I wonder if we'll meet John's dad at any point in the series. So, all right, going back to the hospital with Tom and John, assuming their conversation is about Greg, which I do believe it is, since Tom says, Greg has always been kind of like free. And I looked it up to kind of, see what that definition is, like when a person is free or is like a free spirit. Essentially, it boils down to a person who doesn't live by the normal rules of society, where they're kind of like, they live life without boundaries, so to speak. I guess the best way of explaining it is they're open-minded, I suppose. I don't know. Look, there are many definitions, so I'm trying to make the best sense of this as I can. So, we go over to Greg talking with Darla. I'm assuming this is the date that he said, like, hey, we'll have dinner and we'll talk about, the fact that I just found out you're a transgender, and how I reacted, which I did praise in the final episode of season 2. That was one of the strongest storylines of that episode, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it is, because I remember giving that episode a good score. But essentially, Darla's like, you're acting awkward. Awkward? I love the fact that he said awkward awkwardly. So she goes on to say, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And he goes, I don't know if I can have sex with you. And it's interesting because of that scene where she kind of does like a judo throw or flip on him. And I'm kind of like, okay, so does she do that in response to him saying, I can't have sex with you, or I don't want to see you? I don't know if that's the case, because there is a scene from the behind the scenes making of season 3 where they are at a restaurant. So maybe it's just one of those things where they're having a casual conversation, and it gets to the point of, hey, let me show you I learned in self-defense, being a police officer. I don't know, but I just want to know the context of it. It's just one of those things where trailers can be misleading, folks. But regardless, it just makes me think about what Tom said about Greg to John about him being free. Because if I'm not mistaken, I thought that Greg's ex-wife, that they were like high school sweethearts, and in college they were together, like, couples goals and whatnot. And then Greg explained how they always had differences and were fighting and whatnot behind closed doors. So is Tom insinuating that Greg was like experimental in college? Again, don't know. Just have to wait till the episodes roll out in a couple of days here. All right. Then the rest of the promo here. Let's see. Let's talk about the Bill stuff. So Bill finds out that his mother-in-law, aka Regina's mom, popped up out of nowhere to the apartment, and we actually get more scenes with her, and I'm like, holy crap, this this is Karen White. I can't believe it. When I saw it, I'm like, wait a minute, Cosby Show, A Different World. Personally, I remember her best from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think that she was Jewel. I'm looking at IMDb right now. She was like Jazz's fiance / wife. And she has such an extensive resume. I believe, what was it, Charmaine and Cosby Show Different World. I was today years old when I found out that she was the voice, or is currently the voice, well, in the Proud Family and Louder and Prouder, she is Dejanay. Holy crap. But recently it's like, okay, when was the last time I can recall seeing her in something? And I saw her in what was that show on OWN? I forgot it. It's not Love Is, but it's the other one that was Cherish Today. Cherish Today. She was in the first episode of that. But yeah, we got a veteran playing Regina's mother, and I believe her name is Hilda. So what she tells Bill, who, you know, has her, is, you know, grabbing her luggage, saying, so how long are you planning to stay? And she goes, well, Regina said when she gets married, I could move in and live with her husband, her and her husband. Let's talk about the rest of the Bill stuff, then I'll give my thoughts on that. All right, so Bill, you know, is on the phone telling Regina that her, you know, her mother is there, and this is the only scene Pam is in the promo, because I posted the promo on Instagram and people are like, where's Pam? I'm like, she's in a blink and you miss it moment there. That doesn't mean she's not important to the season, just she wasn't in this promo. But Bill is going over to Mike's place, and I guess this is like the next day. Or this, yeah, I think it's the next day. Sorry, look, I was watching SpongeBob. I bought the first 2 seasons on DVD at Walmart. They were only $7.50 in a dual pack. And that narrator voice, come on now. So Bill's talking to Mike about it. Can she do that? Mike goes, you need to get the marriage annulled. Essentially meaning that this marriage between Regina and Bill might be shorter than the one between Britney Spears and the man she married in Las Vegas. So Bill is talking to his mother-in-law, who's just chugging down some wine or something, saying, you know, hey, it's okay to get a glass, and she's just enjoying herself. But how do I feel about this? Okay, number one, it seems like it seems like Regina is surprised that her mom's there. I guess she called to let her know I'm married, but do I feel bad for Bill? Well, in this situation, yeah, this is a bit much because it just came out of nowhere. But then again, this is kind of what you signed up for. Maybe you didn't know about the mother-in-law thing, which makes sense. But I feel like these two got married just to spur the moment of Bill just not wanting to let Regina go. But at the same time, you could argue that Regina just wanted to get married because, well, I stepped out on Peter, so I got to marry somebody. Who knows? But regardless, it's cool to have a moment between Mike and Bill where he's able to have a level head and help out his bruh, considering that they were at odds for a majority of season 2 due to Pam and Regina scheming. So, going back to the narrators of the promo, Mike and Tom, it looks like Tom stops by the loft to talk to Mike. He's like, hey, wine or wine? And then Tom's like, drinking can obviously lead to the problem. Meaning that even though Mike is going to rehab for his drug issues, drinking might be a way of substituting one substance abuse for another. And Mike goes, you sound like Natalie. So interestingly enough, Tom goes to Mike, don't sleep with her. You know how Bill feels about her. Which could hint at during their conversation, again, Tom and Mike sitting there talking, Mike could probably, you know, start off talking about how, you know, rehab is going well, and he'll probably get to the point where he talks about Natalie, but in a way where it goes from, yeah, you know, she's patient. It's like she understands what I'm saying, and it's really helping me identify a lot of things, and, you know, I think I'm starting to feel her. And as a result, you know, that's when Tom's going to be like, Mike, I know you, bruh. You better not sleep with her. Couple of reasons why I feel like that's a bad idea. Number one, never mix business and pleasure, especially when you are in the business of getting back on track. In, you know, Mike's case, that's his addictions and whatnot. Not only that, I do disagree with the Tom thing where he says, you know how Bill feels about her. Bill is married now, so does it really matter? I mean, I guess it does, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, look, this is a guy talking who has had 4 girls from college that my friends knew I had crushes on, yet I wasn't the one that they chose, and then they winded up marrying those crushes. I went to 2 of those 4 weddings. I was actually in one of them as a groomsman. yeah, I got over it obviously by the time of the wedding, but it kind of sucks. So I guess it's like different though, because again, Bill is married. He chose to be with Regina, but wait a minute, towards the end of season 2, I think right after he got married, he showed up to the yoga place and then had a hard on in front of Natalie. It's like, bro, you literally just got married. And then Pam came in there and told him off because she was still mad about the whole Mike thing. But yeah, it doesn't really matter if Mike sleeps with Natalie. However, I think it would matter to Pam. Is it fair to her? No. But at the same time, something tells me Natalie is so professional that she wouldn't fall for Mike's advances, because she knows that he's substituting drugs with her. I think this goes back to the haves and have-nots, where Jeffrey was telling Justin over and over again, and even Wyatt, it's like, look, I'm not going to help you through therapy or rehab or whatever, because you're using me as a substitute. You're leaning too much on me instead of leaning or standing on your own 2 feet to get better. So I think that might be the case here, but only time will tell. But overall, guys, this was a great trailer. And look, not to ask for too much, but I'd really love it if they dropped a Sisters Season 4B trailer this week as well. I know I'm asking for a lot here, but I think a lot of fans would appreciate that. So, if anybody from BET is listening, which I think you are, hello, feel free to drop that trailer in the next couple of days so I have more stuff to, talk about. So, with that being said, bruh, Season 3, look, I put my credibility and reputation on the line defending the show, so please let Season 3 be good, or I will never hear the end of it. So there we go, folks. Look out for the episode reviews by the end of the week. I might do maybe 1 or 2 other breakaway videos from this trailer, such as Lydia and John, later as well. Let's just see how well this video does. And that's really all I got for you. I already said like and subscribe, all that good stuff at the beginning of the video. And with that being said, I will talk to you all in the next one.